Yes, COVID, I feel, has taught all of us many things, depending upon what we actually wanted to learn. And in fact, unlike Ayush, I tell you, I'll be very honest, I'm not copying. So many institutions throughout India wanted to have me lead their admissions and placement. I got so many offers, and this was again a very different thing for me. So I always thought that, be it online or be it offline, ultimately what matters at the end of the day, what are we doing? And are we doing the thing meaningful or not? That is very important. So I think we already have close to 34 participants who have joined us. And we have already, it's 7:32. I think we can definitely start the session and make it go live. So I would like to take the honor and welcome all of you formally to join us today on a Sunday evening, especially the alumni, because I can understand on a Saturday evening you would definitely want to go in a mode of a party. If not outside, definitely at home. But yes, this is also a very important job which I wanted all of you to spare some time and share your experiences with all who have joined us today. And my colleagues, Professor Minakshi and Professor Mohan, along with Mr. Himanshu, who is the manager of admissions, to host this event. This is a very important activity which I personally feel is required because this is a knowledge sharing session. And all my students from the class of 2021 who are right here listening to us, I have only one request to make. And that request is be participative. This is for you. All the people who have joined either from the class of 2020, like Mandira, like Akhil, or maybe the alumni, we have only one intention. And that intention is students and the alumni are the future brand ambassadors of any institution. You all definitely have many questions going across in your mind. And I tell you very honestly, the place where you are today, I was in the year 2001 when I was looking forward to join an MBA institution. And definitely, I also did had some questions in mind. Unfortunately, when I graduated nearly 2 decades ago, there were no friends, or I would say people who can take the pain to guide us. And we had to do everything on our own. But I believe more options, more confusions, less options, less confusion. And since MBA is a degree for 90% of the students, this is the last degree of their education. Until and unless people like Powers, who want to be an academician, decide to pursue a career and be into academics. And yes, we all can still take a risk of choosing our graduation college or a graduation degree. But when it comes to MBA, we all have to make sure that the college we have put in as our top of our mind is the best in terms of my expectations, number one. Number two, we should also be aware at the same time what does the college expect from us. That expectation match is very, very important for any human being, be it a student or between an employer and an employee. So with that, I would quickly summarize my session over here. We already have close to 50 students who have already joined us. It would be great if the people who have already joined us, the class of 2020, This session would be more helpful if you can switch on your cameras, because that makes interaction more lively. Anybody who has any questions, I have kept more than 50% of the time for the Q&A session. And intentionally, I haven't kept any format for it. This is a plain interaction because you all have queries, and I want that this session should end up while removing your confusion clouds. It's as simple. So I would welcome now, and once again, a heartily welcome to my alumni community, class of 2020, and my faculty colleagues from JGU for this session, and dear students and parents. I would quickly request in a minute for from each of the alumni to briefly introduce yourself, your MBA class, where you have been working, and what is your total work experience as of now. So we can start with Ayush. I won't say you can take your own roll call. I would say next and next, time is precious. So we will honor that. And over to you, Ayush. We will
Thank,
start with you.
thank you, Mr. Tomar. So, hi everyone, this is Ayush. I'm from the 2014-16 batch of JGBS, and I've been currently working as the senior manager at Planet Spark and looking after the North American market. And Planet Spark is basically into kids education, and we are looking after the creative writing and public speaking courses for kids. And apart from this, I have had a wonderful experience at Jindal back in 2016, where it was. I mean, if you look back, I've almost, I think I've had 5-6 years of work experience when you talk about it, because I joined the organization where I interned back in 2016 itself, when my MBA was not even over. So I used to go to and fro from campus and go off for work for like 3 days in a week, 5 days in a week, and then come back to campus, take my classes. So it was pretty hectic, but it was fun at the same time. So that's all about me. Thank you, Mr. Romer.
Great, Ayush. Anybody next who would like to share about him quickly?
So, hi sir, Udbhav this side. So I'm Udbhav Agarwal. I'm from the batch 17. So 15, 17, I passed out in 17. I joined ICICI Bank. I am currently the branch manager heading wealth management, and I am placed in Panipat. Recently, I am taking care of now 5 cities. So Panipat, Karnal, Yamunanagar, Rohtak, Sonipat, Kundli. So it's been nice, and all I have been is because of the strong foundation that I have. So thank you, Mr. Tomo.
Great, Udbhav. Happy to know that in this very short span, you are managing more than 2, 3 cities. And I am pretty sure that I have a small stint with ICICI Bank. People like you would definitely get onto the fast track promotion mode. I have briefly served in ICICI for 9 months, and I can definitely tell you, if you keep your spirits high, be motivated and consistent in your performance, you will definitely touch the sky. I can vouch for it. Pavas, I would like to listen from you. How have you been doing?
So I was like, I may probably be the senior most, so maybe I'll go last, but yeah. So I have been really good, and I'm from 2018 to 20 batch. And when I joined, I am a little different MBA candidate. When I joined, I was because I was coming with 8 years of work ex. I had worked for 3 companies. Accenture was the first company. Then I had worked for Crowe Horwath, then Ernst and Young, and I had a little bit of entrepreneurial stint as well before joining. So the Delhi's biggest stand-up comedy festival has been organized by me and my friends. And to date, it's the only festival that has been organized. So I wear it as a badge of honor. And after that, I was like done with industry, and but not really sure, because like India is an institutional country, so we were not really sure whether, I personally was never sure, not neither was my family, that I'll be able to make the switch to academics. But I took my chance. I saw the MBA faculty and general JGU faculty, and I was like, I'll at least be exposed to academia in a way. And yeah, so I was like keeping my attempts risk free at on the one hand. So I was not really giving a no to Mohan sir is there, so he would be knowing. I was not really giving a no to corporate jobs, but then keeping an eye on where I can fit myself into academia. And then I joined JGU as trip fellow. This was an opportunity which came from JGU itself. So I had applied for some research RA-ships at IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak, but then it came from the best thing came from JGU, so I joined here, and now I am here like writing research papers, and my first one is ready to be pushed out. And yeah, that's how it is. I see myself in academics in the future as well.
Great. It's a pleasure to know, Pavas. I still remember your days of 2019 when you used to come to my office and we used to discuss about your future. And when you used to talk to me and apprise me about the varied thoughts which came to your mind about corporate versus academics. But I'm pretty sure, the best part of education is we want young people to lead as faculty members. This is the best part. When I joined Jindal Global University, I tell this to many people who interact with me. It took me 2 years to convince myself to be here at JGBS. And it is not something, I have been into education for 17 years now. When I graduated in year 2001 3, and my entire classmates were going for banking investment kind of a job, I was the one who decided to join education. And I got an offer from ICFI Business School, Hyderabad, IBS. Way back in 2001 3, IBS was a very premium brand. When I say premium, for me premium is not money. For me premium is quality of education. I spent 5.5 years at IBS. I then Everybody asked me, why education? Why are you going into this gray hair industry where people are always above 50 and you are 23, 24 years of age? You can imagine. So I was also confused. Am I taking a right step or not? But honestly, I tell you, there I found an opportunity. Education in India needs a lot of change. And thanks to the national education policy and institutions like Jindal, where the talent is not adjudged with the age. And there you can see your professors who are either at the business school or at the law school or even maybe Powers. He's a live example. So we all want to adapt to the change, and education is very, very important because you should know in what direction you are heading for. So it's good to hear about you, Powers. God bless you. I am looking forward for your research paper to be published and waiting for that call from your side.
Uh,
Aditya, over
Hi.
to you.
Hi, thank you. So I was from the JGBS MBA batch of 17-19. So I passed out in the year 2019, just before the pandemic year. Fortunately, I would say, but unfortunately, I was stuck with the work from home scenario that happened. I would have preferred to get stuck in Jindal, our campus with our friends, than to get stuck in a place where you can't do anything. Because the campus life was something different that we have in Jindal. It's always, whenever we go to a place or see some place, it always reminds us of Jindal and the life that we had. So soon after Jindal, I joined a company called No Paper Forms. So the company that is running automating admissions, even for Jindal University, I believe No Paper Forms is supporting the admissions. And in the middle of the pandemic, in July, I decided to make a switch from EdTech to HR Tech. So currently, I work as a business analyst in Engagedly. So we serve companies in North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia at present. So we make HR-related products. We are a SaaS-based platform. So
Okay.
I've been working for the last 2 years right now.
And you are currently in Bangalore.
I am in Bangalore, yes.
Fantastic. And where do you basically hail from?
I'm from Kerala.
You are from Kerala. Great. I think Shruti has also joined you.
Shruti has joined us in Bangalore, but she's not in my company. She's working with another company called Open Technology.
Okay, great. I saw a LinkedIn post about her, and
Yeah.
nothing can be more happier and merrier for a teacher to see his or her students growing professionally in life. The best part of being into this education is this is the biggest reward for us when we see you people growing. And same happens to us also when I go back to my school in Dehradun and my school principal and teacher, they know, oh, he's the director of admissions for an institution which is an institution of eminence. And that is the real motivation and spark, and that happiness which is there in the eyes of your teacher to see you growing. It is the biggest reward for all of us. And yes, obviously nothing comes easy. It is all the hard and a smart work which plays into picture. I don't believe in luck. I always believe that we all get 24 hours in a day to perform, and ultimately performance matters most. So now coming back, I think let's hear from Akhil and Mandira who joined us right there in the COVID year. So I still remember Akhil and Mandira very well. And Mandira, it's been an year that you have been with JGU and JGBS, but not got the opportunity to be in the lovely campus. I think
Yes,
you're
sir.
really missing it, correct?
Yeah, lots.
And what is it that one thing you personally felt that this pandemic taught you?
Mm, so I think it gave me a lot of time to reflect on myself and build on my skills. Like earlier, we used to keep saying, we can do it later. We have enough time to do it. But since we were all locked up at home, it gave me a lot of time to build on myself, which I think, wasting my time procrastinating. So I think that was something that I learned. That again, like you said, 24 hours, and you have to make the most of it.
Great. Akhil, your experience of last 1 year.
Yes, sir. So basically, I'm a fresher with no work experience. So as far like before joining Jindal, whatever education I had, it was purely theoretical. I never had a practical exposure as much as I should have had. And so, like, this was the first time that I could do something practical, like work on my own research paper, which I'm doing currently with one of the faculty members, or like being a part of OCS and connecting with other people, networking. So, even though it was a virtual session, like virtual year, it didn't have a negative effect on the practical aspects of it. I could still do whatever I wanted to do to grow.
So are you finding it meaningful?
Yes, sir. Very meaningful. I'm enjoying it, sir, actually.
That's the best answer. If we are enjoying what we are doing, I believe the results will always going to be positive. Last but not the least, Pragati. As the name says, and I always used to tell you, your name speaks for itself. So, how has been the Pragati going on after completing the MBA from JGBS until now at ICICI?
Sir, if I may interject, I would always call her development, and she would be like, progress it is, not development.
Yes, definitely, Babas.
Hello, hi everybody. I am Pragati from the batch of 2018 to 2020. So I have been working with ICICI Bank as deputy manager in transaction banking. So far, it's been since it's just 5 months I have joined ICICI. So it has been a great journey for me. And talking about my campus life, it has been a great, and the only thing that I'm missing in my life is the campus life right now, because it was not a good closure for me, because we departed in March, and our semester was fourth semester. So I miss my campus a lot, and JGBS has given me enough exposure working with placement cell and organizing various events, and that's it. Yeah, it has been a great journey for me.
Fantastic, Pragati. It's always a delight to hear that students, specifically, I have interacted with many students from the class of 2020, and they were all very nervous, in double mind. How is life going to be in terms of their job offers, in terms of their uh, starting level jobs? So, taking it one step ahead now, you have introduced yourself. And since all of you have, especially Udbhav, Pragati, Pavas, Ayush, Aditya, who have served in the industry, no matter if it is 6 months, it is 3 years, or 7 years, or 10 years, what one message would you like to give to all of your juniors who are listening to you? One message which you would like, you can think about it. Messages will be many. I know I am putting a tough question by limiting you, but yes, you have tasted the corporate world. You know how things, that everything that shines is not gold. And probably everybody, as a student who is listening and joining us over here, understands very well that we can still take the risk in graduation, but after MBA we all have to be prepared for future. So what is that one message which you would like to pass on to the people who are listening to you? Anyone can share whatever.
So I'd like to volunteer for this.
Please, Ayush.
So what I'd like to say for the fresh batch is that whenever you're going for a placement thing or a placement talk or probably applying for an organization, always look out for the role and the responsibilities that there are. Do not go for the package because packages eventually increase. I mean, it all depends upon you. I think I have interacted with most of my juniors, so I've always told them that, see, whatever the company is coming, whichever company is coming for a campus placement thing, always look at the profile they're offering. So, for example, myself, I started with research, and research and sales are not related to each other anywhere. But eventually, I understood that okay, this is the thing that I'm made for, probably. So I switched from research to account management, sales. Now I'm doing probably sales management part. I'm not exactly doing sales because it's not required for me. There are people doing that. But if you look at the organization's job description, just look at what is it that you would want to start off with. Because in the initial years, you have to struggle. So it is always better that you struggle in the right direction. So if you have a certain thing in mind that okay, I have to do this after a couple of years or after 5 years or after 10 years, so start from the scratch itself. I mean, for all the fresh guys here, I mean, if you look at the profiles that are coming across, you'll find a lot of sales profile, you'll find a lot of research profiles. So see where do you see yourself and eventually build up your career. Do not just go into the package thing that okay, wow, this company is offering me 15 and this company is offering me 5. I'm definitely going for the 15 thing. But you also have to understand the compensation and benefits part. You have to see what is in return for that. Don't go for that 15 and getting eventually whatever you're getting, because job satisfaction is equally important to the pay. If you're not stable in your head and you don't know what will be your next move, then the whatever you're being paid, it will eventually go down to, and you'll have to start fresh again after a couple of years, 3 years. So it's always better to progress than probably go down from what you're doing eventually.
Great thoughts,
Yeah.
Ayush. I second you very well that direction is very important. Whatever you do, the work has to be in the right direction. Over to
Yeah.
you, Udbhav.
So I would start off with the campus life. So right now you are not experiencing one, it's only online. But utilize this time to learn as much as you can and apply these theoretical knowledge to practical aspects as well. Because I joined bank as a relationship manager, never wanted to join one from the starting. But eventually, when I got into this role, the best thing I liked about was all the knowledge, specifically the marketing as well as the finance. It can be applied directly. All you need to do is look at that way. And initially, everything would be challenging. So take this time as an opportunity and face your challenges, especially your fears. Have a comfort with your fears. So I had a fear before joining the GGBS campus that I was very shy, and I had a fear of public speaking. So first opportunity that I got was to be a part of a conference that was a national level conference at JGBS, and I was handling the operations department, coordinating with the key speakers where they are staying, and that was the start where I thought that no matter what, all the mistakes, all the fear that I have to overcome in the MBA itself. Because when I will pass out, I should have the confidence. And that gave me a great boost in my profile. When I joined, initially, yes, every organization, any place you join might be a tough one. But stay there and give that organization some time. You might want to join some organization, you get the opportunity in somewhere else, and might thought you might think that maybe 4 months down the line, 6 months down the line, that I'm stuck up in my career. This is not the place I should join. But give yourself a time, at least a year and a half, because that's when you will realize what are your true potential, what is your core strength, what are your key likings. And believe you me, when I joined as a RM, it was a very tough one first year that I had. And post that, my journey has been so smooth. I became the BM in 2017, and I was the youngest pan India to handle the wealth management as a branch manager in wealth division. And as of now, there are only 7 at my grade, at the youngest grade that I have. So that's itself an achievement, and it was because all the fear that I was able to handle and overcome during my JGBS tenure. Because we have the interdisciplinary courses that we
Amazing.
have.
I am glad to listen this. You know, you have made us all proud, Udbhav. And I told you, you will definitely go on that fast track promotion mode. Nobody can stop you. This is the best thing to know that in such a small span of time, in a big mammoth organization like ICICI, you are among the few selects. And that is what the real power of Jindal as a university and a business school is. When I took 2 years to convince myself, I, being the face of the institution, I always believe that the responsibility what I have along with my colleagues and you as students, tomorrow the students who would be listening to us, they are ready to go in the right direction. You all are investing 2 years of your life, friends who are listening to us and who are joining us for the class of 2021. And as an institution, you can imagine our commitment towards your future. We are totally committed to make you a right human being, ready for the future. And now it is your turn to be committed and consistent in your performance. Fantastic, Udbhav. You will definitely outshine everywhere. Aditya.
Vikram, I would like to add something here, Vikram.
Yes, Mohan, please switch on your camera, friend. Why are you not visible?
No, I have another engagement, so I'm outside, in fact. So that's the reason there is a network issue. I'm unable to do it.
Okay.
Three
So
things I would like to convey.
Friends, Mr. V.N. Mohan is the joint director from the Office of Career Services. Office of Career Services, in other words, in other colleges, you call it as a placement cell or a placement team. We at Jindal Global University, we don't call it as a word placement. We are talking about making careers.
Yes.
So Mr. Mohan has a bigger responsibility, and he is a very important person because he and I both have worked together way back when I was in ICFI. So imagine me and Mohan met together again at JGBS when we both were starting in ICFI. Over to you, Mohan, please.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Vikram. So nice of you to recall all those good days. Great. Well, guys, I'm so happy and so glad to listen about the alumni progress that they have done till date, and I'm sure we're going to see new milestones in future. However, I would like to add just 3 points, which every one of you have emphasized, but I want to put it differently. One is that internships. Guys, please choose right internship. If you miss on the intensive selection, believe me, tomorrow when you attend final interview, they'll ask you, justify what internship have you done and why are you applying this profile currently that you are right now sitting in front of me. Most of the students don't have the answer. So I'm telling you, work closely with OCS and figure out what works with you, what profile suits you, what kind of specialization is important, and what's your graduation background. We do one-on-one counseling, and we also explain everything, all that being happening in this corporate world. Yeah. Number two, training and trainings are very, very important. Interview preparation, yeah, for even simple CV writing. Don't miss on anything. Build your very strong profile. And the third, but not the least, is additional skilling certification. Guys, today is a world where one should be able to do multiple jobs. Gone are those days we do only one job. My finance का हूँ, मैं marketing नहीं करूँगा, ऐसा नहीं है. You are well-rounded professional and you should be able to do multitasking, just as the way we have this interdisciplinary approach. Yeah. So these are a couple of 3 points which I would like to emphasize once again. And I want you to really focus on this and take our help. Now, Vikram has taken so much of pain today. It is just because he wanted to convey this and ensure that you are on the right track. Yeah. So this is what from my side as on now, as on today. And anytime I'm available, mail, message, WhatsApp, my SPRs already there here. So they know about me. So we will always work for the betterment of the SPRs and also the students. Yeah, over to you, Vikram.
Thank you, Mohan. Thanks for joining in and sharing this valuable piece of information. And I agree with everybody who is over here as an alumni, as an existing student. MBA is not about basically attending 5 or 6 classes, maintaining a CGPA of 8 or 9 out of 10, or maybe having a record of 100% attendance. I don't believe this is MBA all about. We don't have to be a bookworm to really excel in life. We need to understand, we need to collaborate with each other, and pursuing MBA in a university campus like Jindal, where you have a possibility of interaction with a law student, with a MA public policy student, with a liberal arts student. I feel it is very important for an MBA, because tomorrow, when we all go into the corporate world, it is not that we are only interacting with an MBA. So this interdisciplinary education which Jindal as a university is trying to impart you gives you a hands-on experience to think the management challenges from a different perspective. Nobody is right, nobody is wrong. But when you are investing these 2 years coming to JGBS, I'm telling all of you, this is a very different institution which has made its name only in a decade's time. It started in year 2009, and imagine in 2020 itself, it was adjudged as an institution of eminence. And an institution of eminence is not made from the bricks or the building or the hostel blocks. Institution of eminence is Udbhav. It is Aditya. It is Pavas. Tomorrow it will be Mandira, Pragati. You all are the institution of eminence. You are the people with whom this institution is being adjudged in a right manner. And that is why this session is very, very important for everybody who has decided to invest their 2 years with JGBS, to know why I am coming to JGBS. What is it that I have to take extra, and not merely go with a degree or with a package of 8 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs. No, that should not be your thought at all. It should not come to your mind that if I join JGBS and if when I'll pass, would I get a package of 12 lakhs? No, then you are probably mistaken, friends. All of you, you have to look back and think for something really very big. We are all living in the world of entrepreneurial section, and therefore you have to be the job creators for tomorrow. So as discussed and planned, it's already 8 o'clock, and I thought 50% of the session will be for the question and answers round, and we have a good strength of 55 odd students who are present over here. And I would request all of the students who have any questions to ask, please unmute yourself, switch on your camera, and feel free to ask us anything which you want to know. It is very important that you should have the answers so that you are informed about your future, that your future lies where. So please do not hesitate. The session is for all of you. Anyone can take the initiative. Let's see who will break this ice, because breaking that ice is very, very difficult. You know, we as Indians, we always have this thing that should I be the first one? And I tell you, MBA is nothing but opportunity comes only once. So be a starter. Please go ahead. Anyone who has any question?
Good evening, everyone. Garvit Grover this side. And first of all, I would like to thank every one of you for sharing this essential knowledge with us. My question is that a lot of us, who will be joining this year are freshers, and some of us might have the job experience. So what are the differences that, a person with no experience and a person with experience have to face? That is my question.
Okay, great, Garvit. This is a very important question. I would tell you one small thing, and then everybody else from the students, I would request them to answer. JGBS class of MBA is very, very different from others. The class of 2020, like Mandira and Akhil, when they joined us, 33% of the students come with a work experience between 18 months to 24 months. When, as a director of admissions, I play a very important role over here in maintaining that balance. So now over to anyone who would like to add anything. Ayush, Udbhav, Pragati, anyone who would like to share, please.
So, Garvit, hi. What I think about this is it's all about the relevant experience, right? If you are having probably you are working for some pharmaceutical organization or you're working for some tech firm. Now you're done with your MBA, so we expect you into some project management role or probably some a non-tech kind of a role. If you have a tech background, for example, I'm saying that. What happens is if I'm looking for probably I'm hiring for research, right? I'm looking for a research experience. So anybody experience or a non-tech experience for a fresher, it's the same for me, right? So it all depends on the past experience and the role that you're applying for. If you're going for a project manager experience, right? If there's a project manager role that has come up for some organization wants to hire a project manager, and you already have a past tech experience for that, so definitely you'll be preferred over a fresher, because you would know after an MBA we would expect you not to go do the dirty work, but you would be expected to do some sort of a coordination kind of a role where you should have the past knowledge as well.
Yes.
So again, it depends on the role that you apply for and your past experience and what is there in the future for you. That's what I feel.
Yes. Thanks a lot.
I just wanted to add something. So even in my class, I think Akhil and I are in the same class. We have about, say, 4 to 5 people who have about 8 to 12 years of experience, right? But when we entered, it didn't feel like we were all at the same level. So what might be easy for you might be slightly tricky for them. And that's where the peer learning helps, right? So you learn from them, they learn from you, and that's what will make it better for you. So don't ever think that, you're at some other level if you're a fresher, or they have some relevant experience and they have an edge. You're all like at the same level. So don't fear, and just ask your questions, and you will learn a lot from them. So don't be afraid.
Yes, ma'am.
So Garvit, I would like to add here that as Mandira mentioned, that you have to learn from their experiences. So when I joined as a JGBS student, I was a fresher. I didn't had any experience or anything. But yes, we had some corporate students from the Jindal Steels as well. So they gave us the exposure of how to apply that practical knowledge into operations. So they had a better idea of operations. So there we got to learn the concepts better and apply it practically. But they are not from the academic background. you have that particular pace. So when you are into working and you go into academics, there you have the upper edge. So that's where the classroom role comes into play. So we all learn from each other experiences. So like you might be strong in finance or mathematics or statistics. They might be strong in some particular subject or the area that they had the experience in. So like Ayush mentioned. So it's all about how you all gel up and learn from each other's strengths and get to know what are your weaknesses so that you can it can help you out to overcome your fear. Because at the end of your academics, when you join the company, when you prepare for it, it all ends to same thing, that what you gain from that academic experience, MBA experience, are you savvy with the practical world? Do you know how you can apply? What are your strengths? What are your weakness? Why you are applying for that role? That's the key important area. And as Mohan sir also mentioned, that do look after the internships and the opportunities where you are willing to join your internship, because your future depends upon it. So join the areas where you are looking for your future to build up, so that you
Yes,
can get the relevance experience in the internship. That's where you will able to apply your theoretical knowledge into practical aspects.
yes, sir.
Garvit, are you satisfied with the reply and your confusion or fear is over?
Yes, sir. I'm totally satisfied with the replies, and I would like to thank all of them, to giving me this confidence.
Don't worry, we all know that everybody doesn't knows everything. And as a director of admission and my faculty colleagues all present over here, we are there to support. Even if you don't have any work experience, it doesn't matter. But
Yes, sir.
your internships are very, very crucial, and learning from others who have an experience will, of course, not bring you exactly up to that level, but at least share their learnings in an informal manner.
Yes, sir.
So I have a question in the chat box. I have already seen Lakshay Garg asked this question that, sir, he want to know about choosing the specializations. So he wants to know that we are confused. When do we choose the specialization? Pragati, would you like to answer this question?
Yes. So I would like to say, for choosing your specialization, first of all, you have to, do the self-learning part. That what excites you the most, and where do you want to see yourself in the future? Because you should have the base clear, and you should be interested in learning that. Because if you choose operations and you have interest in marketing, then choosing the operations subjects won't be, I don't think they would add upon to your future or something. So you should choose whatever excites you and with whatever field you have interest in.
Yes. You have to find out where your
So can I add on to that?
Yes, please, Akhil.
Yes, sir. So as a fresher, what we know is very less. So when doing your post-graduation, you can find out many things that you haven't even heard of yet or know about it. So for the first year, have an open mind so that you can try out each and every field and see which one suits you best. I always thought marketing was a good option for me, but then I talked to my seniors and I understood that first year we had to have an open mind. And then once we try each and every course and each and every subject, then you can choose your specialization in the second year. So till then, have an open mind.
I would like to also add in this.
Yes, please.
So first year is a very open, like Akhil said, it's a very open-minded thing, that you yourself get to know that which subjects are you interested in. So that's the only thing that adds up. So first year is the most critical and enjoying thing. It's the parallel thing for us.
You are trying to make them fearing that second year is not going to be enjoying, huh?
No, sir, it's not like that. You get to learn a lot in second year, I think.
Yes.
But first year is a little less.
Once the internships are over, you see the real picture of the corporate world, and then you realize that in what direction we have to move ahead now. But coming back to the answer, just to summarize, Lakshay, first year is common for everyone. The subjects and the curriculum has been designed in such a way to help you understand every domain specialization so that you may go ahead. Milind has written a question, which is again a very important question. He asks all of us what things we should give more emphasis on before joining the MBA program. What skills should we learn so that it helps us development in these 3-4 months? It is very important. I would request over here an academician to answer. Professor Meenakshi, you have been associated with the Office of Career Services. They all have 4 months to join. What message would you like to give to these all students for this question?
First of all, thank you very much for bringing this question on the table. Very valid given the pandemic times that we're into, where we have the flexibility to go and opt for a slot of our own choice and add up to our curriculum vitae. Now, recruiters these days are actually eyeing on what you have done while you were at home. And when they say that, they'll always ask you one thing. We all know that there have been pedagogical changes. We all know that there were assessment changes. What have you done? What is the extra thing that you've done? And one question that most of my students face during their recruitment is, what is something different about you? So we just can't say, I have X number of certifications and I have Y number of awards. No. What your personality speaks at the time on the table is what gets reflected. So while you want to choose a course, do a self-assessment first, see what you lack. If it is about confidence, go ahead and choose a course which can boost your confidence. Coursera has many such courses. Upgrad has some courses where you can easily think on personality development aspects. Now, personality cannot be developed overnight. It takes time. I still remember Udbhav giving his first extempo speech in my communication class. And before he had his graduation ceremony on his head, there was a lot of transition. So yes, when it is about skill-based program, think about something that you can relate with what you want to do ahead. So it could be a course on negotiation and selling skills. It could be a course on how to speak better. It could be a course on influencing people and so on. So anything that you can relate with your self-assessment is what I will definitely vouch for.
Thank you. I think negotiation skills, listening skills, these are some of the very important factors, whether we want to enter into marketing or finance or HR. These are some skills which we all need to develop. And most important, start reading. That is very, very important. As management students, you should know where the world is going and what are the steps which have been done to tackle the issues at country level or at the world level. Next question is from Yash. I understand, Yash, this is a very important question, and I would definitely ask my students. And this is, I'm happy that you raised this question because we all have gone through this one point or the other in our life. So Yash says, hello, each one of you must have gone through this trauma of choosing which college to pursue matters. Obviously, it is a trauma because it's very, very confusing state. I'm facing the same and I can't weigh them. It would be really helpful if you could tell me why JGBS over any. Wasn't it, what's in it for a family business aspirant? So what, if I understand correctly, Yash comes from a family business background, if I'm not mistaken, and Yash would like to understand why JGBS. I won't answer
Yes,
the
sir.
question, but I would request the people who have already tasted the flavor of JGBS and JGU to answer this. Ayush?
So yes, I came from the same background, right? And my father has his own business. I come from a family business background. I always had that thing that I want to do something of my own. But once you're making the decision, you should weigh all the things that what is the campus life like? Because this probably might be your last campus life if you're coming for an MBA. After this, you will not get to experience the campus life. You will not get to, because see, the most important part in studying is also the mental space that you're into. For that, you require a lot of activities which should be there. Now, JGBS was not like given to me; it was a choice I made, right? Even though I had a very good, brilliant CAT score, I don't want to disclose that, but I had a very good CAT score. I could have gotten into any college, but I still chose Jindal because of the global experience that it offers, right? There are very good programs, the semester exchange programs or the dual degree programs that you have. You can do 1 year here and 1 year outside. I mean, if you come from a family business background, then you should if you're looking into getting into your family business itself, you should definitely look for a 1 year exchange program, which is there, the dual degree, right? So I don't know what all options are there right now, but back then there was UTD, which was there. So there would be definitely more options right now. So you can spend 1 year in Jindal, and next year you can go out and have a good year there itself, get some global exposure, understand what is happening across the globe. Because in today's world, even if you have some business, you have to drive it digitally. You have to cater the entire globe. You cannot be region specific. You cannot be country specific. You have to cater to a global audience, and for that, you must have the global experience and the exposure first. Second, before getting into family business, I always recommend that you should go for a short stint or a short stint with some organization where you understand what is good for your particular organization, what is there in your field. Because if you go for your family business initially, you would not get to learn a lot of things, right? Which you can probably learn as an employee somewhere else, because in your organization, you would not feel like working the way you would for some other person. And then you also get to connect with a lot of industry experts, especially in Jindal. There are a lot of campus events which used to happen, and now there would be definitely a lot of online events where you would get to interact with a lot of industry experts. And whatever you are studying, whatever is happening in the industry is definitely a little different, right? So there should be a mix of both the things. That is why you should consider Jindal, or probably if you have already considered Jindal, then you have made the right choice because of global faculty. How can I forget that? I mean, you would get to meet a lot of faculty, and it's all multidisciplinary. So there's nobody stopping you in choosing your electives, right? You can probably opt for some elective which might be helpful in your business, which is not being offered by B school, but by some other school. So you should consider all the factors before you choose a business school rather than what the rankings are, because rankings can be deceptive. I've worked in the research organization. I've made rankings myself. Pallavi has interned with me. So, Pragati. Pallavi is an intern right now. So Pragati has interned with me. She knows the ranking part as well. So how we used to rank, what we used to rank on the basis of what. So don't go by that thing. Go by what is there to offer by that particular institution.
Thank you, Ayush. Would anyone like to add anything?
Yes, so Yash, I would like to add the uh, Ayush point of multidisciplinary. That's why you should choose JGBS. Reason being that you will get to interact with lots of law students, public policy students. Now we have news curriculum as well. So there are 7, 9 schools that we have, and that's where actual learnings comes into play. So the networking that you will able to make in the JGBS, being a JGBS student, being a part of JGU community, would help you specifically in your business environment, because that is in my role as well. It is helping me out, and some of my colleagues who were part of my batch, so they are utilizing that network right now in their business profile. And the best part that Ayush highlighted was the interaction with the experts from the industry, not just the experts from the JGBS that are being we can attend to, but also from the, let's say, taxation, that or the law experts that comes and that gives the expert opinion or the session in the GGLS. So the learning across the 360-degree learning that you will have in GGBS due to multidisciplinary courses. That's why I chose GGBS. So that was the reason I chose. So I guess that's the good enough reason why GGBS, because that experience very limited colleges in the country provide, very limited, and GGBS is among top of them.
I agree with Bhav. Yash, just to add, JGLS means Jindal Global Law School. Udbhav have gone back to his college life. These students, they don't know the synonyms. So
Okay.
JGLS is Jindal Global Law School, Jindal School of Public Policy, Jindal School of Liberal Arts. So, that is the learning all about. Anyone would like to add anything? Powers, Pragati?
I have read the entire website by now.
You have already read the entire website right now?
Yes, sir. I mean, I've done the research. All the points everyone's reflecting is I have gone through all of them and weighed on my sheet.
Great, yes.
It's just that I just wanted to hear from these people that I'm on the right path.
We are there to guide you, and we will guide you. And none of us sitting over here, including me, heading the position, believes to sell anything. You are our future brand ambassadors. We feel, and I feel it is my responsibility to give all of you a right direction. As mentioned by Ayush, direction is very important. So when you have done all your research and the time will come, implement your strategies. The next 2 years is of MBA for everyone who is listening right now is like a sandbox. You know what is a sandbox? Sandbox is a place where you have the probability and a possibility to fall down without hurting yourself. Don't hesitate to fall down, because once you will fall down, you will realize, and then when you will get up for the corporate world, be it business, be it a job, you will not be hurting yourself. And we give you enough of opportunity to fail, to handhold you, and be prepared for future. That is what we are here for. Anybody has any question? Hello, Palak writes a question. Hello everyone, can someone please talk about the campus life? Like how it actually feels staying within a restricted area if nothing around. Oh my God. Palak, it's not
Even I have the same question. Even I have the
It's not a restricted area. I think Pragati and Powers, everybody, I know Akhil and Mandira.
I mean, we have to be confined within the 86.
Pragati, would you like to add anything about the campus life?
I think there's nothing like a restricted area. You'll definitely love the campus, and you will never get bored of it. You will never ever get bored of it. It's
What time
amazing.
does JGU sleeps?
So it never sleeps. It never sleeps.
And this is a fact, Yash and Palak, I tell you very honestly, if you want to see the real life of JGU, it starts at 10 o'clock in the night.
You have to get out of your rooms after 10. Then only you'll see the JGU life.
You all are in this lovely 100-acre home away from home. And the management has done everything but to spoil you. I tell you. Right from gymnasium to a beautiful swimming pool, to a beautiful sports field, jogging track, running track, campus has changed a lot. I only wish one thing, that collectively we all follow the protocols and we come out of this corona hazard as early as possible, and we all can welcome you to this beautiful place, which is a game changer in your learning. So it is a very, very enthusiastic place to be. And you imagine you are the people from MBA. I'll give you a very small example. You have already done your graduation. You have seen the graduation life. you are doing your masters. 80% or 75% of the students are ones who have completed 12th, who are young, 5-6 years young to you. Okay, and imagine what kind of a diversity it is. Last year, the class of 2020 which came to us, we admitted those 80 students from 20 different states of the country. Imagine the person who is sitting on left from or out of you, in even in your virtual class, maybe from south and you are from west, somebody is from Madhya Pradesh, somebody is from Jharkhand, and life is all about learning from the peer group. So Palak, it's not a restricted area. We don't tell you it's 9 o'clock, go back to your hostels, switch off your light. No, you all are adults. You know what are the protocols. All the deans, the vice chancellor, we all stay inside the campus. Your classes go up even up to 9 o'clock. Pragati, if I'm not wrong, all those elective and foreign language classes, they go up to evening 7, 7:38.
Yes, sir. So, so even at 7 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning, you have the class. If you choose Sanjeev sir's class.
Yes, I do understand.
We can never forget that one.
Yeah.
Getting up at what time and attending the earliest class, Udbhav?
Sir, 7:38 at that time. But Sanjeev sir class can go in the late night up to 11:30 as well. So I attended the late session. It started at 6:30 in the evening and went up till 11:30. And then we used to have a pizza party after that.
So I attended
After
the
the
early
session.
morning class.
You
So
know,
it was from 6:30 in the morning till 12, and then we had a pizza party there. So it was so it's a
So
good
pizza party remains the common.
Yeah, so that's the
So
Sanjeev sir.
Pallavi, JGU campus is always very happening. Most of the time, any event is going on, be it sports activity, and it's very happening. You will never get bored out of it.
I definitely agree. There is a boring word is never in the history of JGU.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
the best part, what I feel over here is in terms of learning. Suppose if anybody is coming to deliver a talk in Jindal Law School, that invite goes to the entire student community. You as an MBA student can attend a lecture which is being delivered by a legal professional who is talking on mergers and acquisition. Let's say if you have an aspiration to do take finance, and if you are studying merger and acquisition, which is a pure finance related subject, and if you get an opportunity to pursue merger and acquisition law, of course you will not become a lawyer, but at the same time you will understand the legality behind this financial dealing, and that is nothing but interdisciplinary education. So Lisa asked a question now. She has mentioned, I'm a hospitality graduate. I have knowledge about the hotel industry, like which property is good or not. So I just wanted to know what are the points or the checklist I should consider while choosing for internships for like ITC, IT company or any other. So I think being a hospitality graduate coming into the MBA, Lisa, let me tell you from last year class also, if I'm not mistaken, Mandira, do we have somebody from the hospitality background as well? I remember one student being admitted. I'm not sure he's in your section or not, but we have one student who did hotel management. So anybody
Not in our class, I think, but I think could be in the other section.
maybe. So if you could throw some more questions.
So I have a question.
Please.
So I'm a bit confused between specialization in business analytics or operations. So as someone who plans to do this for the next 30 years, so like what is the job role of a business analyst? Like what are you expected to do? Is it very technical? Is it does it involve a lot of programming? So I think Aditya here was a business analyst. So if he could answer.
Aditya actually had an official meeting and he sent me a text and he has left. But
Okay.
let me tell you, if Ayush or anybody who can share something, or maybe Mr. Mohan, if you are there and maybe you can add some points over here.
Can I just add a bit out here for Aditya's question?
Yeah, please.
So Aditya, what generally happens at JGBS is that in case if you want to think about one of these specializations, let's say you're confused between business analytics or operations, as Pragati highlighted it, first year, rather the first 2 semesters are precisely given to you to understand your best fit. Now we don't leave this best fit onto you. You get the opportunity to interact with the faculty members. You also get the opportunity to interact with OCS time to time to understand the requirements that we have in the market. And not only that, Udbhav highlighted on the industry connect that we have. So Aditya, it becomes very easier as you move forward in the journey to choose what is something that you should do. And when it comes to creating a distinction between operations and logistics, well, it is as simple as creating a distinction between how a sales job is different than a marketing job. So you might find a correlation between the two, but when it comes to roles, we help you to understand what are you expected to perform under a specific role, and you can go ahead and choose your subjects in consultation with your assistant dean and the faculty members with whom you feel comfortable.
Okay.
Thank you, Professor Meenakshi. Atul Kumar has mentioned a question, and the question goes like this. Can we pursue 2 specialization, one which is major and minor, or is the curriculum made in such a way that we learn about all specializations? As
So
student,
one,
you can
one
answer,
quick
and as a
snippet.
professor, you can answer.
Yes, one quick snippet that I would like to tell Atul, and which is very, very peculiar with JGBS. Yes, you can choose 2 specializations. So in case if you want to do a major in marketing and minor in finance, go ahead. It's absolutely fine with us. When you ask about how do I go ahead and do something, there's something called a shopping week. What is it? Now, as soon as we roll out the elective list, we know that it's very difficult for a student to make a choice right in the beginning. So you get an option to sit across the classes for 10 days and then freeze your final choice. So let's say if you've chosen brand management and you feel that strategic marketing management is a rather better fit for you, we don't push you to go ahead with the prior. You can actually choose something that fits you a little better. So shopping week is a process which allows you to spend some time on these subjects, consult your seniors. As we said that JGBS has a very, very vibrant culture. You don't have to depend on faculty. Believe me, students don't even come to us. They go to their seniors, they discuss with them. They go to the other school students to understand in case if they are willing to make a really very unique specialization for them, how should they go about choosing. JSJC offers a lot of courses in media and communication. Somebody eyeing on getting into an advertising world, nothing better than choosing a course from this school. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Professor Meenakshi.
I would like to add here. So I have been a part of shopping week. I myself changed my electives from some subject to another after the shopping week. So you get time, you get a lot of time to,
Tell them what is
evaluate the
shopping. They
subject.
will go actually for the real shopping. You need to tell them what is shopping week.
So
actually.
shopping
Yeah, I
week
was
is-
wondering.
So shopping week is you can choose the electives and you can attend those classes for twice or thrice, and then you can make a decision whether you want to be in this elective or that elective. So you can change. So they give you enough time to manage things properly and get into the perfect subject or as per your choice.
Yes, thank you, Pragati. See, it is very clear. We want to help you at every stage to understand what an elective look likes rather than pushing you all for anything. We don't believe in pushing you, but yes, when we give an opportunity to you, we want that all of you have to come and grab that opportunity so that tomorrow you don't regret that I have not been aware of this particular thing. And that is what Jindal as an institution, business school, known for. So Nikhil has put in a question. Hello everyone, is the campus open for visits with parents before admission? Yes, Nikhil. We hosted the class of 2021, I think somewhere near 22nd or 23rd of March, where around 20 to 25 students did came to the campus with their family. They got an opportunity to interact with the vice chancellor, the dean of the business school, the office of career services, myself. We gave them a beautiful campus tour, helped them see the infrastructure. We all had lunch together, and you are welcome. Be in touch with Mr. Himanshu and let him know when exactly you are planning to visit the campus, and we will be happy to meet you and your family. Anybody, any other questions if you have? Jemin writes a question regarding final assessment. What form does scoring and exams take? Is it an objective examination or based more on research with different individual projects? Students, over to you.
Okay, so let me just go through. So this time we had online examinations, and it depends from subject to subject. So if it's something like an operations management, it can be a research-based project where you have to do a lot of, say you choose a company and you research more about it. But if it's something like a practical subject, like say financial management or business statistics, it'll be a like a question and answer solving thing. And our scores come in a CGPA system. So it's out of 8, I think. And you have different score levels. So it's like an A+, O, based on your grade. Yeah. So, and it's an objective examination. Right now, since we had an online kind of a setup, it had to be more research based, because it becomes really easy. We have all the books, we have an open book kind of a situation. So it was more research oriented, I would say.
Thank you, Mandira. And now I just clicked through this word which you mentioned right now, online. And I won't hesitate to ask this question very openly, especially from you and Akhil. And I would be looking forward for, I know you would give me an honest reply, because JGBS is built on trust. Tell me honestly, and this question is for everyone who is there from the class of 2021, they all have confusions on the effectiveness of online education. You and Akhil joined last year in August 2020. You have finished your first semester with us. You are almost done with half of your second semester. What is your feedback on the classes, how they have been happening at JGBS? And are you satisfied with your decision, or do you think as a B school, there is some gap in the delivery?
I think it's been 8 months now for us, and we were, I think, the first MBA batch to go online. And from group assignments, projects, virtual internships, and all the fun stuff like events, I mean, these 8 months have just flown by. So MBA is like a really short course, right, as compared to the others. So you have a really short amount of time to do like a lot of things. So I don't think the online setup was a setback for us, because if it was new for us, it was very new for the college, and the faculty went the extra mile to make us feel comfortable. So I don't think that it was a blessing. That's what I want to say. And there are a lot of opportunities. So you just have to choose what you want to do, which will sort of help you in your career. Like if you want to become like a course coordinator, or join like the OCS, which is the Office of Career Services, you can become a student placement representative. So you become like a link between, your batch and the teachers. So that's something you can opt for. Like Akhil had mentioned, if you are interested in research, right, we have an academic assistantship program where you work with a teacher. So there are a lot of opportunities. You just have to grab them, and it's 2 years, so make the most of it. But I would say online has been great for us.
Thank you for your views, Mandira. Akhil, I would like to hear your feedback.
Yes, sir. So Mandira has summed it up pretty well. So personally, for me, even I was scared of an online MBA when I started out. But then the college really adapted very nicely. So there is nothing that you're missing out on except the campus experience. Well, on the other side, we have everything like the JGU library. We have all the data in our fingertips. And so, yeah, like Mandira said, there are organizations that we are part of. So there is nothing that we're missing out on. The communication is still going strong. Me sitting in Hyderabad, I am assisting my sir from Kolkata in a research paper. So there is nothing like wrong about online classes, and it is going really well. Yes, sir.
Thank you. I would like to quickly add one thing, Akhil and Mandira. You would be happy and equally surprised to know that there are 3 students who were selected for the class of 2020 with you, but on the last hour, just before the registration, somebody confused them that it would be better to drop an year. They dropped it and they are joining you as your juniors. Imagine, there are 3 students who have recently again been re-interviewed. They, I should not say, but they have lost that golden opportunity. And that is why, you know, this open house is very, very important to every student who is listening over here, be it online or be it offline. I tell you very clearly one thing: when it comes to the delivery of education, we never give a second thought and we don't believe in any compromises. Your faculty members, your dean, your vice dean, your placement team, your training and placement department, or the admission team is leaving no stone unturned to help you understand how you have to prepare for your future. It's already 8:45. I would like to summarize this session and would like to thank everyone who is present over here. And I would like to also tell you, very soon I would be planning a second round of open house, especially with those students who have been abroad for the semester exchange or the MS dual degree option. I have planned all these things into different phases. Most important part of Jindal Global Business School as an opportunity. Yes, Professor Meenakshi, you want to say something?
Yes, I think we do have 2 more questions. One from Anup that we missed previously, and another one from which I think we can take these 2 questions too before.
We will definitely. Thanks. We will take these questions. And I would request all of you, please do not hesitate to visit us. If you have not been to the campus, be in touch with Ms. Kalpana and Mr. Himanshu. You would have already been in touch with them and be at the campus. But at the same time, the next update which you will be hearing very soon from the admissions team is about the open house, which will help you to understand about the global perspective that comes through semester exchange and MS dual degree option. I am already working with students. 2 of 3 of my students are currently based out of Canada and US, who went there to pursue their MS dual degree. And the time zone is big time difference for us and a challenge to host that event. But we will possibly do an interaction where we will guide you more on this unique feature of MS dual degree opportunity and study abroad option. Nobody else offers it. And I want that if you are coming to JGU, many of you should aspire and get ready to grab this opportunity of a foreign learning. It is very, very important through semester exchange and MS dual degree pathway program. Very recently, around 2 weeks before, JGBS has signed an MOU with Deakin University, Australia, where we have collaborated for the business analytics program. Any one of you who are planning to do a specialization in business analytics, we have it for our undergrads as a 2+2 pathway program. And we are also extending it to the class of MBA as well now, We are working on the modules so that you may spend your 1 year at Jindal, and for the second year, you may plan and go ahead and do your MS from abroad. You will get 2 degrees. Your first year credits at Jindal will be transferred over there. You go and study over there. And when you come back to India and submit your course completion, JGU will award you with an MBA degree from here. Imagine when you are investing the same 2 years of your life, this unique opportunity is giving you a platform to make your CV different from many others through this pathway program. Vijay asked a question, keeping in mind the current pandemic scenario, what's JGBS planning for next academic year 21-23? Will it be an offline year or online based? So Vijay, it's too early to say anything. As a campus, we are fully prepared and ready to welcome our students back. But looking at the surge, especially for the last 1 week or 2 weeks, how situation turns out after 3 months, we are in April, session would start from 1st of August. Let's see what the government orders come out to be from UGC and everyone, and we will accordingly take it ahead. But summarizing it, you have to exercise the protocols so that you keep safe and we can welcome you. Another question is from Anup. Will we have any support on startups? Yes, Anup, there is an entrepreneurial cell startup JGU initiative, which is being headed by Professor Tej Pawan Gandok and Professor Ronita Chaudhary. And you can be offline in touch with me. I would be happy to connect you and where you can learn more. What initiative does startup JGU takes and how it has benefited the students until now. So I think the students are tired. I can see Mandira, I can see Pragati as well. So last but not the least, a big thanks to all of you who have joined us today, sparing your time and helping the class, your juniors, to understand the importance of being in JGBS to do MBA. Wish you all students, our guests, my colleagues, Professor Minakshi, Professor Mohan, my colleagues from the IT team to help us conceptualize this event, and looking forward to see you all at the campus whenever you are nearby. Udbhav, Mandira, of course, I get to see Powers quite often. But yes, Pragati, if in case you have any plans, you are coming down, I would be happy to meet you all. The campus has grown leaps and bounds in terms of new infrastructural changes. It's a beautiful campus turning out to be, and as you all must be aware that our Chancellor, Mr. Naveen Jindal, has pledged 1,000 crore rupees for the future expansion of the university. 1,000 crore rupees has been pledged by him very recently, and this speaks for itself. Imagine. And that is why we believe that you all should get the best of education, and now it is only up to you what you can take. You have live examples from alumni like Udbhav, like Pragati, who are starting their career. Mandira and Akhil, you all have a bright future ahead. Stay connected with your alumni, seniors, and I am pretty sure this communication chain will surely go a long way to make our brand JGBS outshine many others who have been existing for 30, 40 years. If in 10 years' time, an institution can be present from nowhere to everywhere, imagine what the future holds you. JGU is among the top 700 universities of the world. I often feel unhappy when students and parents come and ask me and they say, "Sir, what is your national ranking?" I say, please change your aptitude and attitude. You are in an institution of eminence and a QS #1 private university. We have more than 250 international collaborations to teach your child. So open your horizons, spread your wings. These 2 years of your life are going to be a game changer. And I, as a director of institution from JGBS, along with my entire faculty community, is there to help you shape into a right human being. So with that, I close the session and I thank all of you. Have a happy weekend. God bless you. Keep safe, keep interacting, and do not hesitate if you have any questions to ask. We would be doing many open houses for the time being. If you want to connect with any of the professors, especially the class of 2021, you can reach out to Mr. Himanshu or Miss Kalpana, and I would be happy to make that bridge between you and the institution. Thank you, Pavas, Mandira, Pragati, Akhil, Udbhav, and all my class of 2021. God bless you. Keep safe. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Evening.
It
Yes,
was a
sir.
pleasure.
Bye, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Keep safe. And remember, mask and social distancing should always be followed. Only during eating your food that mask has to be down. Bye. everyone.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
Bhuvan.
you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Professor
sir.
Meenakshi. And God bless you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.